Alright, today's video we're going to talk about Edge of Fate. So we got some information out. I'm probably going to make a few of these throughout the next few weeks. Every time Bungie releases some more info. Is it worth it? Does this now entice me to play? So obviously with the Year of Prophecy here, it's Edge of Fate and stuff. As a whole, Edge of Fate has nothing really going for it still. So they announced that there's the armor and the weapon stuff. They explained it better and stuff, which is awesome. I won't lie, the stuff is really cool and I like it. Other than the depth system going away, I think they should still keep that, or if you have a tier 5, it should be called adept or something special, but that's my opinion, that's different. But other than that, there's nothing for it, and that's all free. All of it. All of it. Every single bit of that is free for all. It's going to be farmable for any of the old activities, I'm guessing, since that's what they want. They're updating our old armor automatically to stuff like that, so it makes sense that even the old activities will be able to farm that. So, for weapons as well. Or maybe the weapons they won't do, it's only all the new weapons. I don't know for sure. They haven't been very precise on what's going on fully to a certain extent. But that's my point. As a whole, there's nothing really grand. Because these destination abilities, I'm air quoting here because they're not abilities. We made the video on this, they are relics. They're destination relics. They are as pointless as they come. Even if they decide to add them in the raid and stuff, make something cool with them, they're just pointless, sadly. Because once you finish the stuff you want to finish on this place, you're never going to touch it again. And they have no use outside of it, just like every relic before. So, and if anything, they're actually technically worse than relics because these won't be in activities where you can spawn relics. These probably won't be spawnable since Bungie categorizes them as abilities, air quote. So, in reality, they're worse relics because they're never going to be seen again, other than on the planet. So that's kind of depressing. But that's about it. I mean, there's literally nothing here that really says, oh my god, this is insane, let's go play. And even Lightfall, even though it was a shit DLC, had some great stuff about it. And Final Shape obviously had a ton of great stuff about it. And now here we are on a new saga start with no abilities new, no new fragments, no new aspects, nothing new in the genre of abilities. We did get a couple new weapon archetypes, which are cool, yes, but the reality is they'll end up being free for everyone within a season or two. They'll bring out another variation of it that everyone can get from a Nightfall or something, and it'll be free. So, or Strike or something. So, it's never worth buying it just for that, in my opinion. And the campaign system and how it works sounds like it's going to be an absolute pain in the ass. So according to what people were saying is the campaign works like this now. One mission, big mission, is broken down into 3 sections, and then each of those 3 sections are broken down to 3 sections. So that means you have to do 9 tiny missions to then do 3 bigger missions to do 1 actual full mission that actually counts as part of the campaign. They're all part of the campaign, but we don't know if there's maybe there's only 2 of those, or maybe there's 6 of those. If there's 6 of them, that's ridiculous. And they said every mission's broken down like that. And so according to what people were saying, it's like a 20-minute mission for the 3 smallest ones, so 9 total, because it's 3 for each section, and the ones above are anywhere between 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then it's an hour for the big one. So you're looking at a lot of fucking time for 1 mission set to then go to another one, and we don't know how many of those big mission sets there are, because then that would break down to how many little ones there are. If there's only 2 or 3, maybe it's not that big of a deal because that is a lot of missions then, so it's doable. But if we're talking 6 of those big missions and they're all split up into 3 medium-sized ones and then 3 small ones for each of those medium-sized ones, that's fucking ridiculous. So until that comes out, that's another problem entirely. Which again, if they bring out information like that in the future, we'll make a video talking about that too. But as a whole, that's shit. If that is how it's gonna work, that is a shit system. Because 20 minutes for a small mission, 20-30 minutes for a small one, and then 40 minutes for a bigger one. And that's on easy mode as far as I've been aware of. As far as what I've heard, it sounds like that's on easy mode. So on hard mode, who the fuck knows how long that's going to take on each one of them. Maybe the same amount of time? I don't know. I don't even know if there still is going to be hard mode. So, not fully sure of that yet. So there's a lot of questions here and a lot of issues. And yes, the armor and weapon thing is insane, but it's free for everyone. Everything's going to get it in one form or another eventually. If the old activities don't get for the weapons, then, well, that's stupid. But the armor will, we know. So, in one form or another. So, we're not really sure what's going on with that yet. Still trying to figure that one out. I won't lie. That one's a bit, again, a lot of answers that no one asked. Out of all the people that win, nobody asked the exact questions I was hoping, again, sadly. And I feel like these questions are important for everyone. They say the armor and weapons are getting updated, but is it all the old stuff? everything. Obviously, what we have is only armors getting updated, but the weapons aren't. Do I have to go farm another God Roll hand cannon from Sunder Doctrine, or is none of those weapons going to get the new tier weapon system? Like, you know what I mean? Nobody answered that question. They never said that. So, I'm not sure what the fuck's going on with that. Unless there's an interview I missed somewhere, which I don't think I did, they never answered that question, or anyone asked it, so that's a problem. Because if I go do Sunder Doctrine and get another God Roll hand cannon that I finally got, well, it sucks, but at least I know I can get it. But if I can't get the tier system for it, then that's going to piss me off personally. And then also, is the dungeons going to get it? Is Adept or Master Dungeons going to have tier 5 weapons as well, finally? Because the dungeons don't get a higher tier weapon source. They only have the basic one, which sucks. So are we finally going to get it for dungeons then? The tier 5 weapons will drop from higher end dungeons? Is that going to be a thing, or is that only going to be for the new dungeon that comes out a year from now or whatever it is? Like, so how is that going to work? You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at right now, is trying to figure out what's going on. And currently, all these changes sound free and don't sound anything good. The only thing that's coming from this is the exotics, which do look sick. But other than that, if you're buying the game just for an exotic, it ain't really worth it. When Bungie, by the time next year comes around, will have it on sale for extremely cheap at some point. They always have sales every year where they make it extremely cheap to buy. And then you get the exotic for basically free compared to what you had to pay to get it now. So in reality, is there a point to buying it? No. And for those that are like, oh, we want these lightsabers, these guns from next DLC, you don't have to worry about that because you can buy it separately. When it comes out, you'll be able to buy it separately. So don't waste your money on these if this is really what you want. And again, you can wait until next year, towards the end of the yearly reset, and it'll be a lot cheaper. So, or they'll have a sale for Christmas and stuff. Just wait. As a whole, it personally just does not feel like it is worth it. I've bought it already. I'm still on the fence about it, but I think I'm going to stick with it just because I am a content creator. I do need to make videos to people that do want to buy it and do buy it to help them out, show them how to do stuff, help people through campaigns, because I know sometimes the campaigns are rough, especially if it's a new campaign system that they said it's really rough. So it sounds like it could be really much of a pain in my butt. So, sorry, I had to take a sip of water. Dehydrated here. Too hot. But yeah, so as a whole, I'm still not seeing Edge of Fate worth the profit. Worth any type of profit. I still think you shouldn't buy Edge of Fate. I think you should just wait until it's cheaper, or wait until Renegades comes out and buy it. Because everything else is free. Whole bunch of shit for free. These DLCs aren't worth buying. There's nothing in them. We're not getting anything crazy that's DLC exclusive. The destination abilities aren't worth shit. These are trash. I'm sorry, Bungie, but it's true. They are trash design. The Arc one is the only one cool, and it's still pointless because it's stuck on one planet. It will never be used again, so why waste your time with it? So yeah, obviously there's a whole bunch of weapons and stuff, but there's probably like, what, 6 weapons that come from the actual place? And they're cool, but don't really need them when there's already versions of them available, so yeah, I don't know what to say here. It's just, this seems like a very bad system. They've really said, oh, let's rework the entire base game, which is great, but let's do nothing for the thing that's going to make us money. This seems like the biggest mistake ever, just like when they were focusing purely on Marathon, basically, and forgetting about Destiny for a while there. We got nothing for a long time, and then Final Shape, we had nothing. And we're witnessing another thing like that. Obviously, Final Shape became better because they actually did something. But they're not doing anything here. We're getting no new aspects, no new fragments, no new abilities, nothing. And they think they're going to sell us on destination abilities? If you're sold on this, no, don't. Stop. Don't be fooled by this. This is not anything cool or creative. This is literally them putting a relic and calling it something else. The Arc one is the only one that's cool, and it ain't worth your money. It ain't worth no $100 for a single ability that can't be used anywhere else but on the planet in very specific situations. Not all the time, very select places, and at times very select. So, pointless. This is cool system with all the free shit, but the paid shit has nothing going for it. There was no reason to buy it because there's nothing going for it. There's nothing like, oh my god, that's insane. If I buy that, I'll have some crazy shit. This crazy new ability, crazy weapon. No. The weapons are cool, but they're not worth your money. When they're going to add them for free later, the exotics are the only thing that might not be free. But again, you wait a few months towards Christmas, they'll make it extremely cheap. Worth it then. Buy it then. Wait a few months. If you really want those exotic weapons, wait a few months at least. As someone that's played this game since the beginning, I am telling the community as a whole, this season is not worth your money. This DLC, I should say, is not worth your money. Because the season's free now. Seasons are all free. It's only the DLCs. I'm disappointed in this because this was Bungie's big shot at making this game pop. New saga, new start over. They made some crazy cool stuff for free. But sadly, in reality, when people come to a new game, it's usually because something that's paid for pops. Obviously, that's not true for every game, but for something like Destiny and how they play their game, what gives us the most people is when the DLCs pop. Everyone comes and buys it and plays the DLC. And this DLC does not pop in any sort of way. There is nothing that is so unique and so special that blows you away. Like Strand, like Prismatic. It doesn't always have to be abilities. It can be fragments and aspects. I mean, they can bring out some crazy new fragments, some crazy new aspects, some crazy new abilities, melee, grenade, just supers, you know, some supers for darkness. They talked about it in an interview, but they said they're not currently thinking about it. They're like, we want to definitely do it, and there's time to expand on it, but that's not our goal right now. I thought your goal should be, Bungie, is keeping the people entertained of something new. We don't got nothing new. Why keep us entertained? This is your money maker, and you ain't making money, Bungie. I'm just saying. They ain't making money. I am very sad about this. I'm still obviously going to pay. I'm a content creator, so I bought it already. I kind of regret it, though. Won't lie. Kind of don't really like it. I might actually end up refunding it towards the date. I don't know. I doubt it, just because I do want that hand cannon personally. I've saved up money for the last year. I always save up throughout a year's worth of money to the side to make sure I can pay for the big DLC. It's separate. I always put separate from any other charges, so for this exact reason. So, yeah, it's something that just happens. So, as a whole, don't think it's worth the money. If you're someone that doesn't have a lot of money lying around, or even if you do, I would not recommend this until after it becomes cheap as fuck, and then buy it then if you really want the exotics. There is currently nothing. Now, again, this could change. Bungie could release stuff in a future video or something that's crazy, but I don't think they will. Sadly, I don't believe even slightly we will see something that actually sparks interest in this game on that level, like Prismatic did, or Strand did, or the aspects we've had this season did. So, kind of sad, but it's the truth. So I'd say State of Destiny 2 is in a bad place. Edge of Fate will not fix that. They will make it even worse, because in reality they are sunsetting everything in one form or another. It is still a sunset because it is better. People have to go regrind a whole bunch of stuff, which sucks. And we still don't know if we could go regrind old weapons and get the new system for them, which I assume won't happen because the depths are going away. So I assume the old system's just going to stay there with the old stuff, and everything new will have the new system, which is a horrible design on its own problem, but that's a different problem entirely. So currently, not very happy. Very sad about this. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, comment what you think. If you also are sad by it, let me know. If you think it's the best shit ever, let me know as well. You're crazy, but let me know. Thanks for watching. Adios. We out.